Welcome back to part 5. Sorry, I forgot we're on part 5 of What If Goku Never Got Married. Real quick, just to let you know, I get you guys want me to do certain what if topics, and eventually we'll get to everything that is in my notebook, which is now numbering in thousands of suggestions, many repeats, but thousands. But I've had more than one person. I got someone currently doing it again. But I've had more than one person who's like, what if blank, 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 day 2, day 3, like, that's not going to encourage me to do it any faster, guys. They're going to come when they're going to come. So, just letting you know that. But anyway, last time of the Dragon Ball Z What If, the androids in Jiro and 19 had actually been defeated. Basically, Vegeta had the same interaction with Jiro as he did with 20, where Jiro tried to absorb his energy, and it failed. Goku actually managed to use, because he could use Kaioken times 20 to its fullest effect at this point, has actually managed to, and is because thanks to the hidden potential unlock from Guru, his power is much greater than that of his canon counterpart. At least I would imagine so, because he would continue to train. So he was actually able to beat 19 on his own. Fortunately, he is suffering from the heart virus. Now, someone did say, and this is really heart virus. Someone did say, and this isn't a big deal, but I do just want to know. It's just a weird thing. Heart virus, medicine, Dragon Ball Z. I want to see, because they said the medicine was liquid, and I'm like, I do not remember medicine. I do not recall that being the case. Dragon Ball Z. I'm pretty sure they were pills. Heart virus medicine. Were they? Oh no, I'm wrong. It was in fact a liquid. All right. I mean, maybe it's just because the dub. Maybe the dub made. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a picture of it right now from the dub, or at least from the anime once shot. It just looks like a container. It doesn't look see-through or anything like that. But that said, I have a picture right here, like real quick. I'll go through here. Yeah, that's clearly liquid. So I don't know. I always thought it was a pill, but who knows? Who cares? It really ultimately doesn't matter that much. You could have easily had Bulma retroactively turn it into a pill. Could have put some. Honestly, you could just put it in some tablets and it's a pill. So there you go, or capsules. But anyway, Goku's currently resting. He's resting in a capsule corp, by the way, and I think they want him there. Vegeta's just all running on the high, and Trunks eventually shows up. And it's like, what, you guys did it already? You defeated the androids? They were barely anything. Kakarot can't even turn into a Super Saiyan. He was still able to beat one. Now, I've already achieved the form you showed off, boy. And boom! It's like, so you finally did it. But wait, Goku can't do it yet? You really thought that clown would be able to achieve such a power? Only an individual like me, with my pedigree, could do it. And I was like, well, I can do it too, but that's not the point. It's like, you're from the future, it doesn't count. I clearly did it first. And history will show me as the first Super Saiyan. And Trunks like, sure. And, they make mention of the androids, what they looked like, the fat one, the old man. Fat one, oh man. No, the androids didn't look like that. They looked like two young, teenagers, maybe 20s at best. Was the ones like, you didn't. Wait, you're saying we didn't kill the right androids? There was never any other androids. You didn't think you couldn't show us a picture? Well, it's not like there's a lot of cameras in the future, which is like a bullshit answer. Again, it's like, you think Trunks would have given them an idea of what these things would have looked like? I always like to reiterate it, but real quick, Trunks was really shitty at his job. Anyway, they're just talking about what's going on, and on the TV, they hear about disappearances. Gingertown, East City, West. They're just hearing about all these towns just vacant of people, clothes littered everywhere, strewn everywhere. It's like, what? It's like, what could this be? This isn't the MO of the androids. They would leave destruction and destroy buildings in their way. This is something different. Well, as a clown, I need something to do while I'm waiting for the clown to wake up. I'll go investigate. I'm going with you. I don't need your help. Look, we don't know what it is, okay? We don't know what it is, all right? It could be anything. And And so he's like, fine, whatever. Whatever, I won't need your help, but let's go anyway. And they head off. And so they're waiting. Now, obviously, we know who's doing this isn't Cell. The question, though, becomes, what is Kami doing in this and during this time? Because Kami's initial goal was to refuse with Piccolo and have them gain their power and their former strength. But Piccolo had not only while Piccolo's had his inner potential unlocked, he never fused with Nail. And therefore, his power is much lower than it was in the canon. I'm sure it's still been able to increase very much, very impressively, I should say, but still not what it was. And Kami can probably sense that even if they fused, it'd be a waste. We'd lose the Dragon Balls, and Piccolo would not be strong enough. I'd imagine Piccolo would probably only be slightly edging out Vegeta or Goku right now. And so they are, they're just trying to figure things out. And, they're talking about it. Trunks and Vegeta are investigating. All of a sudden, Goku just kicks it. Goku, it's okay. It's okay, Goku. Goku, it's all right. Goku, what's going on? And they see that his energy is also spiking too, surprisingly, even though initially it was waning his energy. Now it's spiking a little bit. No, I won't let you. And they're talking to sleep. Goku's having the same dream, but now it's more almost like a premonition. He's not seeing the androids. He's seeing for the two androids he saw initially, Jiro and 19. But he's also seeing like this ominous figure, this monster, just wiping out his friends. Everyone he cares about, just dying. I was like, no, Krillin, I won't let you get away. And again, his power is spiking, and they're seeing his hair is turning off and on yellow, like, and he almost goes Super Saiyan in his sleep. Like even though he's having nightmares corresponding to that, but because of the heart virus, his power is just being suppressed at the moment, and he just can't do anything. And he goes back down to being peaceful and calm. It's like, what the hell was that? I don't know, but it looked like he was about to turn into that Super Saiyan that Vegeta was able to. Come on, Goku, we need you. Wake up! And so, meanwhile, Vegeta and Trunks are checking out the whole area. Wait, I sense something. Shut up, I sense it too. Nah, Mr. Sandman, give me a dream. It's like, what is this? You the one who did it? No, some guy named Sherlock. First name, no shit. Want to see me drink this guy? And even Vegeta's like, you're a monster. I mean, I know, right? Remember when I drank that guy? That was weird. And so, they're trying to say, oh, hello, father. I don't really know. And you. It's been a while, Trunks. Trunks? And Vegeta's like, what? What'd you go? Oh, you haven't told them yet, have you, Trunks? Would you like... Vegeta, you were always wondering why you could turn Super Saiyan, didn't you? Well, say hello to your baby boy from the future. And just... of course, that explains it. Explains how you were able to do it. Look, if I told you, it might have affected me being born, affected everything. Was clear thanks to more androids showing up. You didn't know a damn thing about what was going to happen. And he's like, yeah, okay, you got a point. It's like, good point. And it's like, well, this has been fun, but I really must go and find my brother and sister. It's like, you're not going anywhere. He powers up the Super Saiyan. Now, we actually don't really know how strong Cell at that time, mind you, is compared to, say, Super Saiyan Vegeta or Trunks. We know that Piccolo, at least at that time, was stronger than him. So we do know that. And we also know that when Krillin and Trunks showed up, he did not want to fight all three of them. His power was not at a point where he could do that. So... And now you're going to leave I don't have my door closed. Normally I have my door closed. But the dog's just like, I want to spend time with you, so you. Normally, yeah, so, but we know that Piccolo's power matched 17. So we know 17 was stronger than Cell too. But once Cell showed up afterward, that wasn't the case. It's like, we already killed the androids. You killed them? Kill the androids. That's right. The fat bald clown and the old man. Kakarot managed to do that. I took on the old man. He was clearly the superior of the two anyway. It's like, oh, the old man. So this timeline is different than the previous one. He's just thinking this, by the way. That means my brother and sister are still alive, which means they have not been activated yet. There's only one place they could be. And I have to assume Cell knows where the lab is. Like, well, this has been very insightful, but I need to go now. So I'm like, no, you're not going anywhere. And so I don't think, because we know Vegeta was not stronger than 18. Could we say the same for Cell? I'd say Cell's probably around 18's level. But we know 17 is also the stronger of the two siblings. So they clash, boom. And they're going to Trunks like, hey, throws a sword, does nick Cell, and actually manages to cut Cell's tail off. Oh, you bastard! I don't need your help, boy. There's no time. Swallow your damn pride, Dad, and just do it just this once. Like, what did you say to me? It's like, that you bastard. You're lucky that grows back. What? You see, the good doctor designed me as his perfect creation. And it explains the origin of Cell. It's like, what? Wait, you have all of them, even Kakarot says? Would you like me to prove that, Vegeta? Kame. No. Kame. No. I mean, Trunks and then Father Gatling Gun just they're able to overpower him, but see, I also have another trick to show you. Star Flare! Oh, my eyes! And so he goes flying off. So he knows exactly where they are. Finally, Goku does wake up, and he's staring out the window, out the door, and he finally he realizes we're gonna need some serious training for this. What's coming up? Wait, what do you mean, Goku? Yeah, Goku, you just woke up. I think I know what he's talking about. I've been sensing it ever since. Trunks and Vegeta had it out with something out there. It had all of our energies pooled together. And finally, Vegeta and Trunks show back up too and explain, you guys, there's a problem. Shut up, boy! Looks like you messed up again. There's another damn android. This one calls itself Cell. He's an amalgamation of all of us. And you even pulled that stupid solar thingy you were able to do. What? The solar flare? I'm doing Krillin's and Bridge Boys again. What? The solar flare? I see. Please, all we need to do is. I just need to keep getting. I'll just get stronger. Go beyond that of a Super Saiyan. And so, I might be able to find. Might have something that can allow that. And so they go up and they go into hyperbolic time chamber, and once again, they go in. The Trunks and Vegeta go in. Unfortunately, they don't oversell itself. Finds 17, 18. Hello, brother, sister. Let us be one. What? That's a horror movie in there. And so, perfect. And everyone can sense the power. It's unbelievable. The power. I'm looking for a child. So, in 9 days, I shall. How many? Did he say 11? Because I remember 3 days to train, 3 days to rest, 3 days to train, or 3 days to rest, 3 days to train, 3 days to rest. That's how it goes. So I think it was 9 days, right? So I will create the Cell games shall be brought on. I think even though he's looking for everyone, he wants to destroy the world. I think he still wants to challenge himself. So ultimately, Vegeta and Trunks get out of time chamber. Goku goes in, but he says, I got to go in alone for this. Because I think while they've been in there, Goku does actually finally hit Super Saiyan. And now Goku has to push himself well and truly beyond his limits. Now, unfortunately, Piccolo is not strong enough to allow him to get a solid training partner, but I have to say, I can imagine him wanting to get Piccolo in there anyway, because he needs someone to bounce the power off of. Vegeta and Trunks goes like, oh, I see. Unfortunately, Vegeta, Trunks, the Cell game's on for another week. So, would you care? So, if you'd like to come by another time, well, that'd be great. As you see, I have a captivating audience to thrill, and I'm sure you'd be willing to put up more than a decent decent worth of entertainment. It's like, and they're not listening. We're gonna stop you here now. Shut up, boy. He's mine this time. And he powers up to Super Vegeta. Fortunately, we know for a fact that Perfect Cell, that don't matter. He just gets his shit kicked in. I must admit, this is actually a pretty good workout. Warm up anyway. So tell me, what about you, Trunks? And Trunks tries out the giant muscle form. He is able to land a one or two blows. Like, I see. That is quite impressive. Unfortunately, and then, Trunks gets his shit kicked in. Like, so, I'll give you... But seeing as this was just kind of a warm-up match, I'll give you some time to improve. Give me a real challenge. And so, they go off. They want to use the hyperbolic time chamber again. Goku and Piccolo finally get out. Now, Goku's in his Super Saiyan form at this point, like his perfected Super Saiyan form, because he has really been putting all the effort into that. The question is, did he go beyond Super Saiyan? Did he hit like a Super Saiyan 2? Well, no. That's like really too quick, I think. Even though it's another year, to be fair. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. But he's still stronger than his canon version, because he does have this perfected Super Saiyan form added onto that canon power level thanks to the hidden potential unlock from Guru. So ultimately the Cell games arrive. Now this is actually very interesting because there's no Gohan here. He doesn't have to put his faith in Gohan. Goku can go all out against Cell and do his damnedest to put the guy in the ground. So the fight goes about the same, but Goku is edging out a bit more here. In terms of how much stronger Goku is, when Korn basically felt half of Goku's power compared to the Cell giving a rough estimate, he basically said he didn't stand a chance. As we saw in the fight, that's not entirely inaccurate. Or that's not entirely inaccurate, but not entirely accurate either, because Goku was still able to really push Cell. He was still able to really do that. And he nearly killed him, too. Had he not moved the nucleus in his head, he would have killed Cell. He would have done it. So Goku was capable of doing it if he really had to, and was able to get the right kill shot in on him. If we're edging Goku out here a bit more, and I'm not saying it's a huge increase in power, like compared to his canon, but if Goku's power, like just, let's say Cell's the 100, and Goku came in at 70, this Goku's maybe an 80. Roughly speaking. Like, he's evening out a lot more, but because he's the only one there who basically, he's the strongest one there at this point, I think he does put that extra effort in. He knows they talk to him about the regeneration, and I think he does do the Kamehameha again, except this time he blows off even more of, except he doesn't know the instant transmission. I think basically he has to pure speed it, kind of like he did with the Ginyus, and maybe even using an after image technique. I think that's actually how you could basically see the instant transmission Kamehameha, is that he basically uses an after image instead. And when Cell basically, finally puts on his arm, it's like, so tense, Goku. After all of our struggle, you were the opponent. You were the only one for me, the only opponent that could be perfect. I'm glad you feel that way, Cell. Must admit, you were honestly kind of the strongest opponent I've ever fought. I'll never forget that, and nor are you. There's only one other thing I can leave you with. What is that? My love, Kame. May. All of a sudden his voice like stops being. And he just. Goku was actually holding the after image a little bit. Just, an after image? Oh, great. Cell just turns around. That like I'm effed look on his face. And just point blank, his entire body, and Goku just wastes him there. Throwing a little of the abridged in there with like something he would really do, throwing everything he had in that Kamehameha, just boom there and there. Like with Gohan, there is nothing left to Cell at them. I guess the nucleus, the DNA, everything. And so, Goku's he really was the strongest opponent I ever faced. He was amazing. He was perfect. So, Goku, cut the crap. Yeah, sorry about that. And so, now, where do we go? With the 7 years of peace and beyond? So, first off, Trunks goes back, wastes the android and Cell. We ought to get that. There is no Gohan. There is no Chi-Chi here. So Goku really just spends his time, again, training. Super Saiyan 2, that's a given. Honestly, I don't think it takes him longer than a year or two to get that. So the Super Saiyan 3, obviously training beyond that point, is that, see, I've always argued, now people try to argue that the reason he got Super Saiyan 3 is because he had a dead body, he was able to push himself beyond his limits to do that. But we see the fact, we see, in fact, that Gotenks is able to do that. Now people argue, well, that's magical fusion stuff. It's like, well, okay, first off, it's not magic, it's a fusion, it's a technique, and it's a living body. And what's worse off with that argument is the fact that it drains the fusion's time so much that Super Saiyan 3 could only be maintained for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. But so the strain on the body is still there, but the fact of the matter is a living individual was able to achieve Super Saiyan 3. So I have to assume that Goku would be able to do that given the amount of enough time. Because we don't know how long it took him to reach Super Saiyan 2 in the other world either, and he still added Super Saiyan 3 on top of that. So I would argue that, yes, 7 years plus, yeah, he could do it. He could do it. By the way, Hercule is not the savior of the world, although he probably will be able to spin it in the way that he at least helped. Like, if it wasn't for me weakening Cell my first confrontation on that yellow-haired guy would never be able to do it. See, Mr. Satan, you're such a humanitarian. I know. So, yeah, I think he does, but he's only just reached it. Like, it still takes him like that minute and a half. That scene to like hit Super Saiyan. Like, I haven't had much practice with this form. And so the next tournament happens. And there's the puppy again. Hi, baby. And the next tournament happens. They all participate. He doesn't even have Goten. Remember, there's no Goten. So Trunks actually annihilates the kids division, and he doesn't even like. He doesn't try to, like, think words here, conspire with Goten to be in the adult version of the adult side of the competition. Hello, puppy. And there's her butt. Love me. I want attention. Love me. Love me. Love. I want to close my door, but I was busy doing a video. God. You could have at least stayed in here if I was going to leave the door open. You selfish little pup. You selfish pup. There. She's such a grump. You're such a grump. Like, I need love. Love me. Anyway, the rest of this video will just be praising and puppeting Domino. I'm sorry. I kind of accidentally smacked you in the face. So, you still get... you don't even get Krillin marrying 18. Although... because they were killed by, I guess you could make an argument they wish all those people back. So 18 and 17 do get brought back at one point. Now, I think there is an initial confrontation with Goku, and they try to take him out, but Vegeta and Goku quickly like, no. And there's a peace met between them when they realize, okay, we can't beat these guys, and we never really wanted to. It was just something that, to do. So I think Krillin does still marry 18 after a bit more time, mind you. So Marin is still much younger in this, like maybe even an infant. Ultimately, you get the tournament. There is a minor difference here. Actually, there's a pretty big difference. Gohan's not there. So Videl just is doing her thing and gets her ass kicked by Spoth, but she can't even fly. Now, that being said, she doesn't get kicked anywhere near as bad as she initially did because she can't fly. So when she lands out of the ring, she's out. She's disqualified. Who takes the place of Gohan, though? That is a legitimate question. I would be willing to bet there is no Gohan substitute in there. Well, there's a Gohan substitute, but there's no one we know. Like, Tien's not participating here. We know Yamcha wasn't. So, it's just some nobody. And Kibito just quickly takes him out. So, after that, you actually would get the Vegeta versus Goku fight. And he does end with Goku winning. And Vegeta's just rightfully pissed off. Now, that being said, though, with Goku being alive that whole time, Vegeta has had multiple times to spar and train them. So his resentment to Goku while there is nowhere near as strong because he's actually had enough time to actually challenge himself against Goku. Also hit Super Saiyan 2. He's even been able to sense Goku training with something else, probably knowing that he's trying to surpass it. He's been trying, but hasn't been able to figure it out. Ultimately, Goku's the one who does end up winning that fight. Now, this is where, when they see all that, the energy these guys are outputting, is where Yamu and Spotvich actually come in. And they see Goku as the winner, and they try to take Goku's energy. Shin does paralyze Goku as well. And when they basically try to absorb his energy, Goku's like, "Argh!" Goku actually, I think, powers up. And because he's not prepared for, he's heard of Super Saiyan, but he hadn't seen it. So he was prepared for that. Goku powers up and then powers up the Super Saiyan 2 and actually backs, breaks from the, I don't know, whatever that thing was that Kibito or Shin did. Breaks from the hole that Shin did. And, actually, boom, back, bitch smacks Yama, smoke bitch around. They're just straight knocked out. And so now it's like, damn it, Goku, I know this is hard for you to understand, but I was hoping they would take your energy so they would lead us to Babidi's ship. Well, why didn't you tell me that? And it's like, well, why didn't you tell me that? I would have let it happen then. It's like, either way. And I think they probably have like the mind reading capability because we know Goku did. And because he did it with Krillin when they went to Namek. So he's just like, and it's like, I found where their ship is. And so, all right, let's go then. And they head off to find Babidi, Dabura, and the sealed Boo. So that is where we're going to leave off in part 5. Join us for part 6 on Saturday. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.